A text from my wife in Seattle. It said, "Don't come home, Elias. You left your skin on the porch." My name is Elias Thorne. I was, a seasonal ranger at Mount Rainier National Park. If you're hearing this, it's because you found the recorder. Whatever you do, don't look up at the trees. Just listen. I'm holding a crumpled piece of yellow legal paper I found pinned to the inside of an abandoned Subaru at the trailhead. It's a list of rules for the Cascades. And I just broke the most important one. I looked back. Rule number 1, the trail is the only reality. Step an inch onto the moss, and the geometry of the forest changes. Rule number 2, if you see a staircase made of white marble in the middle of a cedar grove, do not climb it. It doesn't lead up. It leads out. But here's what they don't tell you in the orientation videos at the visitor center. Every rule has a price. I checked my GPS. The blue dot wasn't on the map. It was floating in a white void. Then, my phone chimed. A text from my wife in Seattle. It said, "Don't come home, Elias. You left your skin on the porch." I tried to head toward the hum of Interstate 5. I could smell the diesel fumes and the damp Pacific Northwest rain. But then I saw the ranger. He was standing near a massive western red cedar. He looked like my supervisor, Miller. Same tan hat, same North Face boots. But Miller died in a climbing accident at Liberty Ridge 3 years ago. This thing, it was wearing Miller's face like a loose mask. He didn't speak. He just pointed at my feet. I looked down. My shadow wasn't pointing away from the sun. It was reaching toward the ranger, stretching out like a black liquid, trying to merge with him. Rule number 5, if you hear 3 knocks on wood, don't knock back. It's an invitation. I started running through the dense undergrowth. I stumbled into a clearing and found a campfire. It was still warm. A cast iron skillet was sitting on the coals. Inside was a piece of meat. I realized with a jolt of pure, cold adrenaline that the meat had a tattoo on it. A small, blue anchor. The exact same one I have on my left forearm. I touched my arm. It was smooth. The tattoo was gone. My skin felt like cold plastic. The silence here is a physical weight. I checked my watch. 11:45 p.m. I'd been walking for hours, but the sun hadn't moved. It was stuck in a permanent, bruised twilight. Rule number 8, if the sun stops moving, stop breathing. If it can't hear your heart, it can't find your soul. I held my breath until my lungs burned. That's when I heard a voice behind me. "Elias, you forgot the keys." It was my own voice. Not a recording. It was the exact vibration of my own skull when I speak. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was void cold. I finally reached the ranger station. The lights were on. I burst through the door, screaming for help. Miller was there. The real Miller. He looked at me, but his eyes went wide with horror. He didn't offer me coffee. He pulled his side down. "Get out," he screamed. "You've been missing for a year, Elias. We found your body at the bottom of the ravine last winter." I laughed. I told him he was crazy. I reached out to touch the desk, but my hand passed right through the wood. I looked into the window reflection. I didn't see a man. I saw a skeleton draped in rotted Gore-Tex. The rules I was following weren't to save my life. They were the rules for how to stay tethered to the world of the living. And by looking back, I'd cut the cord. I'm back on the trail now. I can't leave. I see you sometimes, you know. The hikers with the bright Patagonia jackets. You look so full of blood. Next time you're in the Cascades, and you feel that sudden chill on the back of your neck, don't look. Keep your eyes on the dirt. Because if you see me, it means you've already stepped off the trail. And there's no coming back. Subscribe for more chilling tales.